Hello everyone, I'm the Solar Gamer, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the Space Race. Okay, so let's get started right away here. Let's see, we have a mission. Go in here, Solar Space Agency. So last mission we launched our solar dart, and we got a probe up to 70-something kilometers. I remember it was like just about to go under 70,000, and we did that successfully. So, there is another mission, so let's see what it is. Oh, wait, before I do that, so we changed the Kerbal insurance cost down to 50,000, because 100,000 seems like it's way, way too much. So, this is going to be much better, when we get into all the man stuff. If we ever have a problem, which we wouldn't, right? The only death we've had is Hyper Potato, and that was due to the Kraken taking a vacation on Kerbal. So that's like that. Select a mission package, the space race. Okay, so race 1-2, or 1.2. Size matters.
The last mission revealed a lot of data. For one, we now understand that we get superheated when we go fast and exceed something the scientists call G-forces, or gravity force. We need to conduct another experiment to see if size matters when it comes to this superheating. Launch another unmanned probe, this time with nothing but the bare essentials. We must be able to land this probe safely. This would be a research and development mission. Prove that we can adapt our rockets into efficient and safe crafts.
Okay, so we have to launch an unmanned probe above 70 kilometers altitude and bring it safely back to Kerbal without the thermometer, barometer, blah, blah, all that crap. Okay, that seems easy enough. Yes. Okay, we'll select it. Sounds good. I'm gonna land back on Kerbal, so we have to make sure that this probe lands. Sounds good. Okay. So, I took what I said into consideration last time. I did go out and find a Fairings mod, and it couldn't have come better that Scott Manley's video on the new Procedural Fairings mod came out, because that mod is amazing. I'm going to demonstrate it a little bit right here before we actually get going. So we'll go like this. This is just for an example, so I'm not actually going to use anything like this. Then we'll go into Aerodynamics, which is where it is. Okay, and we have tons of bases to pick from. I think that's the one that's gonna match, yeah. Yeah, it goes pretty big. So you can have tons of fairings, right? So we'll put this all back. We're gonna use this one. Put that on there just like that. Now, the way we would actually add the fairings on there is we would add these little side fairings here onto this little base, and they would create the cone. But what's cool is that whatever you add on top of this adds to it. So say we want to put a fuel... I want to put a small fuel tank in here, not a large one. Oh, come on. Alright, say we do that. Now we have this huge nose cone, right? But if we wanted to add something to the side, say we wanted air tanks on it, it would actually procedurally, you know, expand and contract to wherever we want it to go. And then let's say we wanted to add a VTOL engine on there. Boom, we have... Okay, obviously it doesn't know that this is an actual part, but you can see where... Yeah, you can see exactly how this thing would expand and contract based on what we add. So let's put these back on the side here. Okay, now the way we would add the fairings on there, because all we have is a blue blueprint right now. A blue blueprint. We would go back here and add these fairings. So say we want to add a capsule one. So it would look like that, kind of like an egg-shaped. Oh, nope, don't want that. Get back in there. We want to take this back off. Come on, there we go. We wanted to add a conic side, which is more, I don't know, it's more triangle-y and boxy. Then you could do that as well. So these are actually really, really nice. And what's cool is that you could take these back off and put these back on, and it would automatically reshape it. I mean, these fairings are amazing. I'm so happy that, you know, I found Scott's video and I got this mod, because now it's going to help us out a lot. So taking that into consideration, I have created the Mark II of the Solar Dart. So, first off, this is the Solar Dart Mark I. Right, we have this nose cone that doesn't look anything like the rocket on there. Okay, then we have our probe, which is exposed, mind you, underneath it. Oh, we didn't put the struts on it. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, we have the probe that's exposed underneath. So this is very, very unaerodynamic. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made it. Okay. So the Solar Dart Mark II has these new fairings on it, and this is now what it looks like. It literally looks so much better. If we take this off, we can see that we have our probe inside. Now, of course, the mission parameters suggest that we don't have anything on this probe, except for the bare essentials, which would be the RTGs, keeping this thing powered. And the parachute, of course. So that's what we're keeping on that. We took off all of the instruments. Now, of course, I did add these 2 minor fuel tanks up here, and that's to compensate for the lack of one down here. So we have 3 of the large fuel tanks, 3 of the wings now, and 2 of these smaller, you know, drag, which is what we're basically using them for. Drag weights on there. So I think we cut off at least like $2,000 just by adding these new fairings on there. So it's really, really, really helpful, and it saves us some money too. So that is fantastic. Now we're gonna go to the launch pad and actually launch this thing. Okay, so here we are on the launch pad. We have our mission selected. Yes. Okay, great. So the cool thing about these fairings is that they actually, you know, they protect the craft that's inside and also provide more, you know, it provides the craft with more aerodynamic-ness. I don't know exactly what I was going at there. But, yeah, and they do fly off, and it looks really cool. I wish I could demonstrate them now, but I will when we get up into space, because it looks really cool. I always like to see things jettison off of aircraft, or spacecraft, so it's really nice. But I think we're ready, so 3, 2, 1, go! Yep! Alright. Yeah, the only problem with having the 3 wings is that it's less maneuverable, so we kind of have to go, you know, straight up with it. I could go a little bit 90. Yeah, it's not gonna really work. Not right now. That's alright. Go like this, bring up the resources, see where we are. We have to pay attention to the G-forces as well now, apparently, because when it hits the red, that's when things start to superheat. Like the president has said. Where are we at now? 50? Oh, jeez. Getting up there. Yeah, we're starting to heat right now. Come on. Yes. All right. Very nice. We are at 123,000 meters. That is awesome. See how more efficient it is than the other one? Because I think we went over just over 70,000. Now we're now we're in the 100,000s. That's unbelievable. Oh, it's so cool. Looking really nice. At 60,000, I can jettison these. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. I love that. I really do. Ah, it just looks so cool. It really does. And then once we hit 70,000, we'll get rid of the solid rocket. The bad thing about ditching the solid rocket is that it's going to explode. It's the most expensive part, and we don't have a safe way of bringing it down. Because we tried. The only problem was when the parachutes opened, they exceeded G-forces, because, well, basically it had to stop, you know, really, really quickly. And then it exploded. So if we could somehow gradually... Well, yeah, this is not gradual. This is a very steep ascent. Yeah, that's definitely going to blow up there, the solid rocket. Yeah, if we had a more gradual descension into Kerbin, then we could somehow save it that way. It'll be a little bit easier that way. We'd be producing more drag. But for right now, I mean, this is just research and development. We don't... It would be nice, though, to have it come back, because that, like I said, it's a lot of money. But... I don't know. Nothing we can do about that right now. Because we ditched it. Can't save it now. Okay. Let's speed up. We are at 122,004. Wait till we get back into the atmosphere. Well, okay. We're going to be inland, apparently. Yep. Not the ocean. Inland. Oh, boy. Well, hopefully our parachute slows us down enough that we don't hit the ground. We don't have it. Yeah, that's the problem. Size, I don't think size would matter with a small craft like this. I mean, we'll obviously see, but I think it's going to be pretty much the same way as we had it last time, you know. How it lands safely. This solid rocket booster is so freaking funny. It just takes a nosedive down like a dart. And, you know, for the name being the solar dart, I had no idea it was going to do that. So that's really, really cool. It's a very wobbly dart, but it's a dart. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy crap! No, 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 no. What the hell did the parachute just... The parachute broke off. Are you kidding me? We exceeded G-forces? Oh, no. Come on, you can slow down enough. Come on. You can do it. Damn it. Kind of looks like a barnacle now. Oh, that sucks so much. I really didn't think we were going to have a problem. Apparently those instruments were helping us. They were creating drag. Wow. Okay. And now we're losing electricity because, well, we don't have the RTGs on there because they blew off. Well, we pretty much know what's going to happen to this. Let's just speed up. We can't complete the mission, obviously, because we can't land safely. Damn. Well, it was nice knowing you, Probodobodinocto. Well, okay. This is research and development. We're bound to lose some money. Where are we right now? 20... Mark 16 parachute collided into the surface. What? So the RTGs ripped through the parachute? Is that what happened? Because I don't see anything about the parachute except for right here. Which was just the base of the parachute that crashed into the surface. That sucks. Okay, we need a way to slow ourselves down then. Very, very interesting. Alright, well, let's take these off. This, fairing right there. How can we possibly slow ourselves down? Well, we do have some experimental aircraft braking systems that we possibly could put on the probe. I don't exactly know how that would work vertically. We haven't even tested that, to be honest, so it's experimental altogether. Let me just show you what it is first. We have an air brake. I'm willing to test it on this. It's not meant for this, but never say never, right? I apologize. I'll never say that again. I'll never say that again. Anyways, yeah, I'm hoping this will work then, because we've never tested it horizontally. So I guess this is the perfect time to test it vertically, right? Ooh. Okay. Well, it wouldn't hurt, right? It wouldn't hurt. It's only another... How many? It's only another 15,000. Our reward is 50, right? Yeah, 50,000. So we're still going to be making a profit on this. I'm guaranteed by the scientists, because they're telling me it's going to work. So, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, toggle air brakes. I'll set that to brakes, because that makes sense. Alright, let's put this back on there. Let's go to the launch pad. The cool thing is that the air brakes don't actually cost that much, because really, it's just a flap with a little piston. So, it wasn't that much of an expense, more than what we had last time. So, we'll find out if it works, though. So let's do basically the same thing, except I'll try to make my angle a little bit more gradual. So I'll try to head towards 90, or whatever degree this aircraft wants to turn, because I can't control exactly where it goes. But, alright, 3, 2, oh, I need this up, hang on. Mission selected, yes it is. 3, 2, 1, go! And quickly try to turn this thing towards 90 a little bit. You know what, I don't want to go too far. Just a little bit would probably help us out a lot more. So, we'll go like that. That's perfect. God, I really love this solid rocket booster technology. It's a definite change away from airplanes. I have to give it that much. It's totally different. I love flying airplanes, but I love flying rockets. I really do. It's really going to be fun. That being said, I'm not going to stop with airplanes. There are still some things that I want to do in the future, and I also want to... How are we doing, actually? Before I get myself sidetracked again. I also want to try to create a technology... Oh, we're heating up rapidly. Good, where are we? 118. Okay, that's a little bit less, but we also have that angle of ascent, so that's really good. We're going a lot farther out into the ocean. I also want to invest some time into maybe boat technology, so we can recover these crafts easilier. Easilier? That's not a word. Easier. I wonder what the Daily Nuts think when we just keep launching these missile-like rockets over their islands. We have that truce, but these look pretty menacing. Yeah, so I definitely will continue our investments in aircraft and boat technology. But for right now, we're focusing on the space race. I might do something next week with either aircraft or boats. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the other space programs as well. See where they're at. Alright, let's see. Hide that finished goal. Perfect. Now we need to land, and I'm really, really hoping that we can use that air brake system. Get rid of the fairings. You're still beautiful. Still beautiful. Alright, let's ditch the solid rocket. And I guess we can just activate our air brakes now. It's not going to matter because we're in a vacuum, but... Oh, that looks really cool, huh? That looks awesome. I like it. It looks like a flower almost. Okay, so let's speed up some time again. We have a long way to go, but I do like how we're getting more gradual. I mean, that's still pretty steep when we're getting into the atmosphere, but it's still very, very nice. Let's just say nice. Okay. Speed up. Stop talking. Come back down, and here we go. I'm just gonna let it do its own thing. I'm not gonna turn on SAS. It looks like it wants to head towards in the opposite direction, which is nice. We still have... What the heck is... Okay, I thought it was moving sideways for a second. There it goes. Adios, amigo. Alright. Come on. Come on, slow down. It looks like we're slowing down a lot, but our G-force is starting to increase. We're at 30,000. Come on, we need that drag. We need that drag chute open. Yes! G-forces are coming back down. I think we did it, guys. We just need that parachute to open. There we go. And we have no problems. Oh my god, that's awesome. Alright, let's take off the air brakes then. And our G-force is staying. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. The air brakes have worked vertically. Oh my god, that's awesome. I'm actually really surprised that worked well. Okay, we have another use for air brakes besides aircraft. Beautiful. We are way far out from the Space Center, though. They're gonna have to swim a long way. Yeah, we definitely need to invest in some boat technology. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do that next week. Alright. Speed up some time again. We gotta get down to 500. We can open up our main parachute and then land safely, so we can get our mission. Our G-forces are still staying down, which is simply amazing. And... deployment. Fantastic. Now we gotta get down to the ocean. Flotation device is activated. I don't even know if that'll keep that afloat. I wonder where the weight of the craft is. The probe, rather. Alright, let's see what happens. And actually, it does keep it up. No, it does. Nope. Never mind. Never mind. Hey, we have to keep the precious cargo secure. And that is the nuclear... or the thermo... I can never remember. Radioisotope thermo something generator. Like I said, I can never remember it. RTG. RTG. The batteries. The thing that keep this probe working. Awesome. Okay. Well, that is for us to recover. I'm actually going to leave this out here. So that if we do work on boat technology, we can have a target. So, I will recycle it, though, because, I mean, we will be able to get it. So we'll finish this mission. We have 242,000 now. We're going to recycle that vessel. Close. Close. Adios, my little flower. We'll see you again soon. You know what? I'm feeling like we can do another mission. Yeah, let's do another mission. And okay. Race 1.3, first orbit.
Our next mission is pretty big. The scientists have been looking at alternative fuel sources, and they have come up with liquid fuel. With this fuel, they say that we can control our ascent into the vacuum of space, making our spacecraft more efficient. Our engineers have already created some engines that are capable of using this fuel. So far, we are leading the advancements in this space race. We haven't seen many launches from the Daily Nuts nor the Cosmo Owls. We can't slow down, though. We must proceed. Your next mission is to put a communication probe on an orbit around Kerbal. This will allow us to establish short-range communications with any other craft we launch into space.
So we're actually going to create an orbit. So that means we're going to go and, you know, stay in space. Circle Kerbin with a communication probe. So what we need is at least a minimum periapsis of 70,000. That's pretty much easy. Well, it depends, because we have this new fuel, and I don't exactly know what that's going to do for us. I don't exactly know how. I don't know if it's expensive. I don't know how efficient it is. We haven't used it yet. Okay, so that's interesting that we have this new fuel source. Also, the eccentricity has to be 0 to 1. So eccentricity in the ways of orbital mechanics is 0 is a circular orbit. 1 is an elliptical orbit. So as long as we stay within that, we should be alright. So we're going to be okay anyways. So don't really pay attention to this. That's pretty much a stable orbit. Okay, so we need the long antenna part, but, well, that would make sense considering it's a communication satellite. We're going to get how much money? 50,000 again. Okay, cool. So I like the investors are chipping in now, and they're funding these projects. So, I guess that means that we're not going to be using our solid rocket anymore. Well, I mean, it's a very, very good craft. The problem is, it runs out really quickly. If this new alternative fuel source can run for longer, then it's going to be much, much easier to get things into orbit. That's not to say that we're not going to use these anymore, because they're very powerful. But we're not going to use them in the same way, I don't think. Regardless, let's start a new project. We're going to save that, start a new project. Now, we're probably going to start off with the same probe. I kind of like this design. Now, we are going to add the brakes to it, and the reason for that is because I don't want this thing to come back down somehow and not be able to land. So it's basically going to be the same thing as the last one. We're going to add the parachute, we're going to add the brakes, but this one's going to stay up there. It's just, this is a safety measure, so that we could possibly get this back. We're also going to add the battery packs, or rather the RTGs. We'll add this beautiful antenna on here. They'll all be going in different directions. That sounds good. We'll have one always facing down towards the planet, and then the rest will be facing pretty much, you know, to anything out in space. So this will be our shortwave radio to other spacecraft out there, so that we can communicate with them from KSC. Because so far we haven't been able to do that. Not unless we have an antenna connected to it at all times. So this is just going to be a little bit easier for us. Now, we can look at our new fuel source. These are the new fuel tanks that we can use. Apparently they already have a big one too. We could have a huge drum of liquid fuel. We have varying sizes, of course. Now, what do we have for engines? We have that, oh, that's a big one. Pretty much these engines for us to play around with, which are really nice. I like that. Okay. So, we're gonna need that fuel. Stick that on there. Just, well, is there any bigger ones? Because, yes, okay. I'm gonna go like this. I don't know, like I said, how efficient or what these things are, but I think that if we just stick at least, well, I think 2 like that. Let's see how much this costs. 10,000. Okay, this is pretty expensive. We kind of have to make sure we get this right, which is the oh my. That's an egg. Let's get the other one. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I do. I'm just trying to think of a logical standpoint on where I can go with this. It's gotta be... This is the problem I have with the budget. And this is the first variant of this design. And it's expensive, so I really have to make sure that this is gonna work. So I gotta, you know, take some time to think about this for a second. We do have some new technology here. Go right here. It's called a SAS module, or a stability augmentation system. It helps us to go a little bit more straighter, because our probe probably won't be able to control this whole craft stability-wise, so we're gonna have to grab that, put that on there. And I'm gonna change the nose cone back because I don't really like where it's at right now. So we'll go like this. Actually, you know what? What if I use the smaller... Hang on. Like a little egg. It literally looks like an egg. No, that's not gonna work. I don't think this is gonna be... It's gonna be top heavy, that's the problem. Because all of the drag will be in the front. And that's not what we want. Yeah, you know what we're gonna have to do? It's gonna be a real pain in the butt, but we're going to have to put 4 on there. Yeah, because that's a lot less. Stick this on there. Much better. That's, I think, the only way we'll be able to get that to work, because if not, I think it'll be top heavy and just flip over. Okay, so instead of the simpler SAS, we're gonna add this one instead. It's a little bit more helpful, and I think it'll be a lot better at stabilizing our craft. We also, I think we're gonna need winglets on there as well. Kind of like we had on our solid rocket. We'll do 4. We want the most stability. And with this egg-shaped cone on the top, this thing will not accelerate as fast as the solid rocket because it needs to drain the fuel in there because it's a different fuel source. So it's got to be more stable. So we have to make sure that this thing is going to work right off the bat. We are at a sum of 25,000 for this one rocket though. It doesn't look like much, but it really gets up there in price. My god. Okay, so we're gonna call this the Solar Comm Short Range 1. We might have other communication probes that we might want to put up there. So that's why I'm keeping that open to, you know, why I'm telling it to be number 1. Obviously, this is the launch stage for it, but our probe is, you know, so it's gonna stay up there. So we're really just gonna be naming that. Okay, you know what? I think if we don't test this thing, then I don't know what else we could say. I mean, I think this is going to work. I hope it's going to work. If not, then, well, we're 25,000 down the toilet. And that means that we won't make a profit, because we'll have to do it again. And, well, the reward is 50,000, so we're good to go. Let's go to the launch pad. Okay, we are on the launch pad now. We are going to deduct our funds right now. That's the cool thing, is that we can throttle up and throttle down. So we can start by, well, staging first. So that's good. Our price is now diminished. Alright, we have one shot. Can we do it? In 3, 2, ignition, launch. Perfect. I'm only gonna give it a general direction. We're gonna turn SAS on. Okay, nope. Turn SAS off. That's not a good idea. Okay, one of the problems with FAR is actually, well, SAS. It is very sassy. It doesn't like to work. So we cannot use SAS in atmosphere. Sadly. But not much I can do about that. We're going to turn on precision controlling, because this thing wants to gravity turn a lot faster than I want it to. I'd like to get on that 90 line. The only problem is, if I try to control this a little bit too much, it will flip out on me. Just because the drag is mostly happening up here with this fairing. And that's a problem. Okay, we're about 12,000, so it's gonna... I'm not even controlling it right now. It's slowly making its gravity turn. You know, sometimes I like these rockets that do it themselves, but that being said, they sometimes have a mind of their own, and they will go, you know, and gravity turn way too much. Alright, we're going to get up, try to maintain a nice, stable orbit on the equator. On this line. Would be nice. Oh, what are we at? Okay, we're at 100. Let's stop it. We don't want to overdo it. We're at... Well... We have... I don't know if we have plenty of fuel to do this. We might. Okay, let's use the planning technology that's equipped at our mission control. We're going to speed up this orbit, just like this. Got to 85. Perfect. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We have a minute till we have to get over there, so let's move towards that blue marker down here, because that's our maneuver node. We can lose the fairings, actually. Goodbye! Because drag does not exist in space. In a vacuum. We have about a quarter of fuel left. So we'll see if we can actually do this. 28, 27, go. And stop it. We'll go a little bit more. Okay, and we are done. Woo! We have 50 liters left, or whatever they measure that in. So we can hide the finished goal, we can finish the mission. 267,000 coins. Awesome. Alright, let's drop the liquid fuel tank. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have put a probe on there or something. I could bring it back down, because I have a little bit of fuel remaining, like I said. Ah, well, who cares? Launch the communications. Turn on the brakes. Open the parachute, because if it's gonna come down, it's gonna come down by itself. So I want, you know, all options open. Just in case, for some odd reason, we lose power. I mean, I know we have these RTGs, but just in case. Just have all the safety measures opened. Ah, that's awesome. We have our first communication satellite up in orbit. That is awesome. Oh, very nice. Very nice. What we're actually going to do is we're going to turn a little bit towards Kerbin here. Just like that. Perfect. I like it. And, yeah, so that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.